Ever wondered how a Germanic king became the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire? It all began in the year 800 AD. Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great, ascended to a position of exceptional power and influence. This transformation didn't happen in a vacuum, though. It was Pope Leo III who crowned him as the Holy Roman Emperor, marking the official foundation of this empire. But let's not forget the groundwork laid by the Carolingian Empire, which set the scene for this monumental event. The Carolingian Empire, with its roots in the Frankish kingdom, had been a significant power in Western Europe, and it was Charlemagne's rule that ushered in a new era. The crowning of Charlemagne was more than a mere change of guard. It was the birth of an empire that would leave an indelible mark on the pages of history. Thus began the intricate tapestry of the Holy Roman Empire, a unique political entity in the annals of history. From the heartlands of Germany to the sunny plains of Italy, the Holy Roman Empire was an impressive patchwork of territories. The empire's reach was expansive, yet it was far from a centralized state. Its boundaries shifted and swelled over time, encompassing parts of modern-day Germany, Austria, the Czech Republic, Switzerland, Belgium, the Netherlands, and sections of Italy and France. But what made the empire truly unique was its composition. It was a conglomeration of semi-autonomous territories, each one governed by its own local rulers. Imagine a giant jigsaw puzzle with each piece representing a different duchy, kingdom, or city-state. Some were sizable and powerful, like the Kingdom of Bohemia, while others were small, like the free city of Nuremberg. Yet all were part of the same grand tapestry that was the Holy Roman Empire. The empire was a complex puzzle of semi-autonomous territories, each with its own unique challenges and triumphs. What made the Roman Empire holy? This question takes us to the heart of the empire's relationship with the Roman Catholic Church. The title holy was not a mere appendage. It signified a profound connection between the secular and the spiritual. The Holy Roman Empire was not merely a political entity, it was a sacred institution bound by a divine mandate. The emperor, elected by high-ranking nobles and ecclesiastical officials, was considered the secular protector of the church. This meant that the emperor was not just a political leader but also a spiritual guardian, tasked with defending the church and its interests within the empire. Thus, the empire's close ties with the church were not just about power or politics. They were about faith, about identity, about the intertwining of the spiritual and the temporal. The holy in Holy Roman Empire was more than just a title. It was an embodiment of its deep-rooted connection with the church. Who were the leaders of this vast empire, and how did they rule? This, my friends, is the question that brings us to the fourth chapter of our journey through the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire was not, as one might assume, a realm ruled by a single, all-powerful emperor. Rather, it was a delicate balance of power, a carefully choreographed dance between the emperor, the high-ranking nobles, and the local rulers. The emperors themselves were not born into power, but elected. This was a process rather unique to the Holy Roman Empire. The emperor was chosen by a select group of nobles and church officials, known as electors, who held significant influence within the empire. Once elected, the emperor often sought the approval of the pope, further emphasizing the empire's strong ties to the church. But let's not forget about the feudal structure, an integral cog in the machine of the Holy Roman Empire. This was not a centralized state, but rather a collection of semi-autonomous territories. The empire was a complex web of lords, vassals, and serfs, each with their own roles and responsibilities. At the top of the hierarchy, of course, was the emperor. Below him, the nobles, who were the overlords of their own territories. They pledged their loyalty to the emperor, providing military support and advice. Then came the vassals, lesser nobles who were granted lands by their overlords in exchange for service. At the very bottom were the serfs, the laborers who worked the land, bound to it by their obligation to the lords above them. This feudal structure allowed for a great deal of power to be held by local rulers within their territories. They were given a certain amount of autonomy, a freedom that was both a strength and a weakness of the empire, as it often led to conflicts and power struggles. The Holy Roman Empire was not ruled by a single person, but was a delicate balance of power between the emperor, the nobles, and the local rulers. This structure, intricate and complex, is what allowed the empire to thrive for over 1,000 years. All empires face challenges, and the Holy Roman Empire was no exception. The empire's relationship with the papacy, as significant as it was, wasn't always smooth sailing. The investiture controversy was a significant conflict that arose in the late 11th and early 12th centuries over who had the authority to appoint bishops and abbots within the empire. Was it the emperor or the pope? This dispute shook the very foundations of the empire, testing the balance of power between church and state. Apart from ecclesiastical conflicts, territorial disputes were another significant challenge. The empire consisted of a patchwork of semi-autonomous territories, and the boundaries between these territories were often contentious. The emperors found themselves constantly navigating a web of rivalries, alliances, and power struggles within their own empire. Moreover, the empire faced external threats from various sources. These included the marauding Vikings from the north, the formidable Ottoman Turks from the east, and the ambitious French and Spanish kingdoms from the west. Defending the empire's vast and varied territories was a Herculean task. Despite these challenges, the Holy Roman Empire endured for more than 1,000 years, but all things must come to an end. The empire's final days were marked by the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte, whose military campaigns drastically reshaped the political landscape of Europe. In 1806, Emperor Francis II, finding his power significantly diminished and his empire in disarray, made the difficult decision to dissolve the Holy Roman Empire. This dissolution marked the end of a complex political entity that had spanned the early Middle Ages to the early 19th century. Yet, even as the empire faded into the annals of history, its constituent states continued to exist, their borders redrawn, their governance redefined. The Holy Roman Empire may have ended, but its legacy lived on in the states that once formed part of this remarkable political entity.